Welcome. It's great to see you. It is, of course, March 10th of 2025, a marvelous Monday indeed. We have a ton of things to talk about, and let me tell you, it is crazy. I think I've got 16 stories planned, and then we can talk about, whatever's hot in the moment during a little bit of bonus time. I do have a bear story that starts off sad, but finishes up just fine. We've got some sad news for our Canadian friends. They have put somebody in place that is probably going to keep them under lock and key for a long time. And I'm very, very sorry about that. But I just want to say hi to each and every one of you, or as many as I can get to, you beautiful Culturians on this Monday morn. We've got, of course, that service dog with us. Good morning, my friend. Scott Shook is here. How's it going? And, of course, Snortapoops Cuber, our favorite polar bar. We've got Istaphobos out there saying hello to Snooty. And we got Rogue Thinka. The lovely Jill is holding down the fort with her beautiful wrench, along with Swift -1, otherwise known as Matt G. What's up, Matt G? Taste here, back in the 80s, is here, who understands a thing or two about what was really good back in the day. Be Mo Better, gonna be Mo Better over there on the green machine, and a few other folks rolling through the door, like Mark Fields. Positive vibes to you, my friend. Positive vibes, Mark. Positive. Penny. Thanks for watching this morning's video. For those of you who don't know, the time changed. It changed yesterday, actually. I am not adjusting well. So, yeah, it was hard to get up an hour earlier than I'm used to. I don't like that. Let's stop doing that, okay? Can somebody just vote? Just no more. Thanks. And Chad, thank you very much for the commentary on the video. Much appreciated. Can't to see you on Midnight's Edge. Oh, I know it's going to be a lot of fun. We will be, and thank you for listening from Mark. We'll be definitely talking the box office and some other things. There's some surprise things out there that we're going to get a chance to talk about this morning. Kind of excited about that. We got the lovely Morgan King. He's amazing. Love this guy. Good dude. Been a member forever. Massive supporter of everybody. It's just cool. We got let's see, Istaphobos Congresswoman and intellectual giant Jasmine Crockett claims it is not a criminal violation. Oh, she is dumber than a rocks. It's actually in the U.S. code. She is, unbelievable. I want to say a specific thank you for the super chat for $2 from Ruby Hoove, not to mention the fact that she also gifted a Culture Casino membership. Thank you so very much, Ruby Hoove. Our good friend Griffin gives us today's day in history. Thank you for that. It says March 10, 1849, Abraham Lincoln applied for a patent, only U.S. president to do so, for a device of several straps to lift a boat over shoals and obstructions. Variants are still used today. Well, I bet so. And look at that. Let's see who else is out there in the world. We got a few other folks. I want to say again, thank you to Ruby Hoo for the gifty. And I think that's a good thing to do. In fact, we're aiming for 20 to 50 gifties today. We want to get those numbers back up over 1,000 members on the channel. You could be one of them. True story. You should be one of them. Coming up tomorrow, in fact, I'll be posting this later today for members. We have the watch party tomorrow evening with myself and Comics Division. So that'll be an all members can attend situation. So keep an eye out on the community tab. And if you don't have all notifications turned on, well, you won't get the notification about 50% of the time. So you're going to want that. I promise you. I promise you. I don't see the weatherman. I miss the weatherman, but I do see Miss Pick Cafe, who's out there on both of the spheres handling business. We got SFX at 314 Sabretooth Raptor hanging out with us already, and so many more. But hey, Carl, we got to go. Low spec Linux laptop. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. What'd you think? I played a game on that Gameplays. I'll be doing it again and figuring out how to fix the audio. Be doing a lot of research on that. Mr. Fizzy's here. What's up, Mr. Fizzy? Hey, one of our favorite Canadians is here. Randall Orser, hello. And Theliato is here. What's up, buddy? Bear story. Yes, we have a bear story. Like I said, it goes from sad to glad, which is a good thing. Frank! What's up, Frank? All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, and we have to start here with a serious situation over the weekend. An armed man was shot by Secret Service in a confrontation, probably trying to commit something called self-elimination by cop. This it didn't end tragically. In fact, the man was hospitalized early Sunday morning. So crazy stuff. This is not a plan. Don't try to do this plan. But he did threaten to do harm to the president. So, hey, things happen. Mickey 17 lands a terrible box office if you watched this morning's video. If you haven't, you're going to want to watch it because I get into detail about this and other Warner Brothers projects. But this thing is a downer. It's in big trouble. 19 million on domestic earning, 118 million overall. I think it's not quite to 50 million yet. And I think globally. And I think that it is doomed. I think that if you look at it, it's a very expensive property, a rated R comedy / horror / sci-fi. I mean, it's kind of an amalgamation and just didn't do well. Kind of a real bummer in that. We want to say a thank you to our good friend and the lovely lady herself, Jillian H., for 5 Culture Casino memberships. Gifties for everybody. Thank you, Jillian. John Bernthal is the Punisher. I don't care what anybody says. He has been the personification of such since his Netflix show. He says the Punisher's back. This is not Punisher-Lite. This is going to be full-on Punisher punishment. I can't wait for the special to come out. We've got Jenna Ortega, just absolutely glowing about working with Lady Gaga on Wednesday, season 2, saying it's been the best, saying positive things about this really odd woman. I don't know. I can't wait for season 2, so when I watch it, I'll tell you what I think. Florence Pugh describes Thunderbolts as a badass indie, an A24 feeling assassin movie, which is exactly what I look for in my superhero stuff. I don't think anybody that's going to be on this cast is, anybody intriguing outside of maybe, I don't know, Bucky. Everybody else in here is just a character you don't like because of what they did to it. And there's going to be more of that in Marvel. You're going to get a lot of add-on worthless beings in Marvel films moving forward. So just be prepared for that, and you won't be disappointed. James Cameron says he's going to make a longer Avatar, or he already has. Fire and Ash is going to be way longer than The Way of Water. I'm not sure I want to sit through 3 and 4 hour movies, and they're only going to get longer because this guy's becoming less and less disciplined about his filmmaking and more about the visuals. And at a certain point, I just get tired. I'm tired of you trying to show me this fascinating thing. I just want a good story, and I think James just forgot about that. CBS is warning that, I guess in their opinion, the FCC action on 60 Minutes, like their blatant misconduct and likely multiple criminal offenses committed, would make a less free world where government becomes a roving censor. You mean like what we had under the Democrats with social media and everything else until it was exposed? And still to this day, no, we had that. Now we have freedom. Now we have exposure. Now we have you committing, well, the various criminal acts and wanting to get away with it. No, thank you. Get busted. Former James Bond Pierce Brosnan says that it's a given that the 007 will be English. It must not be American. I'm not sure which of these that he said, because he was quoted multiple times saying some variant of the same thing. I believe he says that they will be a UK citizen, which is good because then you get the Scots and other people in there as well. I mean, they could be bloody Welsh. You don't know. Moving on, we got date being set for the vote for Lionsgate Stars split. So hopefully shareholders decide to get this done. It's been a long time coming. Donald Trump's The Apprentice is going to be airing season 1 to 7 on Amazon. So enjoy. Maybe you'll have fun with watching the Prez be the Prez before he was the Prez. Trump downplays business concerns over the uncertainty of his tariffs. Well, of course, this is a headline from AP, still trying to drive home the terror of tariffs. Oh, no. Except they're already solving a lot of problems, and many of them have been delayed. We've got consumer prices falling in China as their economy falls flat despite what they're trying to claim with a 5% growth rate. We know better. We've got the WEF celebrating today in Canada as an ex-central banker and adherent to the globalist policies takes over as Canada's prime minister. You guys, I'm sorry for what's about to happen. This guy has no interest in negotiating tariffs. We've got China imposing retaliatory tariffs on Canada at the same time on their farm and food products where they levy hefty tariffs in the 200% or higher. That's no bueno. And finally, a bear was hit by a car in a parking lot, and a bear cub was trying to rouse his mother. The mother actually showed signs of life and was found to have a concussion. Right now, the bears are up together and doing much better. The video itself you can find on TikTok. It's heartbreaking and hard to watch. I just know that when you look at this picture in bonus time, you're going to understand thinking that the bear had expired. Anyway, let's get over to bonus time so we can get on with the rest of the day. I love it. I love this. I cannot wait for Punisher. I don't know about the rest of you. There's very few things I can look forward to these days. This is one of them. Hopefully you think the same. But let's take a look at this picture of this amazing bear cub who was just trying to get mama to wake up. And I'm not going to show the video. It's too hard for me to watch. You can go watch it. It's on TikTok. It's also on, you can also find it on this Yahoo news article about the incident. But there was mama outlined in cones, just laying there. So about 7 hours of observation and observing the mama bear, it showed signs consistent with concussion or other head trauma. The bear itself was able to be roused. The sow was ambulatory. That would be the mama bear, and mobile. So it's actually doing far better than would be anticipated. They're going to keep observing and see what happens. They're going to maybe intervene if they have to. But like I said, I mean, it's hard. It's hard for me to do these stories because I love bears, and all it did was, cross in the wrong place, most likely. All right, we got a super duper chat from our good friend SFX314 Sabertooth Raptor for 10 Culture Casino cash, saying, need to introduce. I'm trying to find this. It disappeared on me. Where did it go? Need to introduce intermission for 3+ hour movies if they must do them. I agree. How about Lucasfilm sign over control to Arnold Schwarzenegger's 80s writers and do an 80s, 90s style action Star Wars movie? You know what? All they had to do was do the that show about the criminal underworld on Coruscant. I think that would have been the way to go. Any of the footage that was put together by George himself made that thing look phenomenal. I think Mr. H actually showed that off this weekend during one of his videos. Many of us think that this was we've been missing many opportunities when it comes to Star Wars by just not following through on some of the great ideas that LucasArts had or Lucasfilm, excuse me, had, LucasArts as well, during George's era. They just need to follow through. The treatments are probably still there. They bought them. I don't know. Anyway, just my thoughts. Psychotic Mongoose. What's up, buddy? Psychotic Mongoose. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, buddy. One Punch Man Tolkien fan is out there. Good to see you. Crimline. 11 Alpha, and Donovan Bradford. Look at all these amazing beings, including Carlos Alfredo Lopez. I hope you guys, that's a good bear story, right? The bear is recovering. Mama bear is doing better, and they're going to see if they need to intervene further. It doesn't seem like they need to. All's well that ends well, I hope. Yeah, did not like the video. You can go out and search it out. It's For the Win. would be the original website that the story came from. You can go check that out. Man, where do we start? Movies are downright disappointing, right? I mean, the Mickey 17 thing, big problems. You know, that movie should be doing gangbusters. Oscar winner, first non-American Oscar winner for Parasite for Best Picture. That's impressive, right? Nobody remembers the movie now. There's a flash in the pan, and probably shouldn't have won, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that you should be doing well is a different conversation entirely. Bernthal's Punisher returns. They better make it as uncensored as the OG MCU show. Yeah, that's their plan. He's saying it's just going to be violent. Based on what we saw in Daredevil Born Again, I think they're going to keep their word on that one. You can't do the Punisher A without Bernthal, and B, you can't do the Punisher without him being who he is. Yeah, Frank Castle. I just hope it's good. Read by Nature says, I'd unironically like to see Bernthal in the classic Punisher comic costume. That'd be interesting. I actually didn't mind the costume change for Netflix. What I liked about the street level stuff that they were doing on Netflix was they did it well. They did it right. They did it 100% right. Everything was very raw, gritty, and street level. If you want to use superheroes that way, you don't pull a Snyder. And I know a lot of you are Snyder fans, and that's fine. A lot of you even liked his DC stuff. Kind of too dark and not, spot on enough for the characters for me, but that's okay. We can differ. I will just say this. He did characters like Superman gritty. The only character you can really do that gritty, of course, is Batman, right? If you're going to stick with the big three. Wonder Woman's not gritty. Superman, not gritty. Boy Scout. And if you want to do, something that way in Marvel, you can. There are plenty of street level characters that are that. Spider-Man, to a certain extent, has a level of grit, and many other superheroes on that side of the MCU, especially when you step over to Hell's Kitchen, because that's where all the street level stuff was happening, in case you didn't know. So Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica, Luke Cage, that Iron Fist show was terrible. But I mean, those are your ground level good guys. You just have to know your characters, understand them, and put them in the right places, and don't take them out of their realm. Marvel has been trying to grit up a lot of their characters, and they don't need to be. They shouldn't do that. And you're going to get a inconsistent Fantastic Four, and you're going to get what will seem like a nonsensical Thunderbolts, which, believe it or not, might break even or do okay. It's not going to be a 10-pole, but what you're going to notice with that film and going forward into anything Marvel, and look, if you haven't heard this before, you're hearing it here first, okay? You're going to see a lot of characters you don't care about, like, or need appearing in all the future upcoming Marvel things, because they don't know how to introduce them anymore, and they just want these characters to make an appearance. It's the worst part of filmmaking by committee and criteria. If you don't check this box, you can't make this movie. So you're going to get garbage time, or whatever that character's name, Ghost. You're going to get garbage time, Captain Marvel. You're going to get garbage time. I don't know, just random insertion of chick. It's going to be a problem. Poor Marvel. It's over. So much for good things. $10 of gibberish? Is that me? I guess. Carl's like, I'm not watching Avatar. I don't think many people are going to be encouraged. This is the lovely Tina. Good morning, dear. Hope you're doing well. I think I saw Polly here. Good morning. Daylight savings time is killing me. I think it's killing everybody. I hate the time change. I hate it. I hope you're all doing better. Poor bears. I'm glad Mama is okay. Yeah. Yeah. And if they have to intervene, they will. But it sounds like everything was going good. All Disney really had to do was make Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire. Yeah, and then, that would have been a big win. You're right, Griffin. You're right. Hey, Tender Warrior's here. What's up, buddy? Tender Warrior, 68. I was done at work for 5 weeks. Coworker left. I was in auto accident. Oh! Thursday morning and hospitalized for half a day as trauma patient. Car told, oh, man, I am so glad you're okay. Tender Warrior 68. My goodness. Major contributor. Longtime member of the channel. My goodness, friend. I'm glad to hear you are okay or okay-ish. I don't know. But yeah, keep it reals here. They should have Harrison Ford wake up from the crypto freeze saying the last few movies were nothing but a nightmare. That would be great. I hope. I don't know. That would be good, though. What a terrible, terrible set of Disney films. Doesn't matter if it's Marvel or Star Wars. They've killed it all. Evil Ramen wants a Kylo Ren trilogy. You know, I know a guy that would love to make that happen. But, no, I knew you were kidding. Juliet's here. Hello. Good morning, dear. Good to see you. Welcome from across the pond. I've got several of you folks from the UK here today. Good to see you all. Woohoo. And I'm sorry, the time change now is inconsistent. So tomorrow is going to be odd for timing because Mr. H's show will be differently timed for like 2 or 3 weeks, if I remember correctly, because of the time change. Because I guess Europe, it doesn't change their time the same time we change our time. So yeah, very strange. Jaybert, what's going on? Says, good to see everyone and culture. Hey, I have to go to a meeting. Just be safe. And thanks for popping in, being here. We love it. We love it. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. I'm 6 minutes behind. How does this happen? Mark, what's up, buddy? Mark Lurseth. I like Thomas Jane as the Punisher. Yeah, that was good too. It's just, for whatever reason, I think I fell in love with the series because it was just so wonderfully told. The story was good, man. That first season, so good. Plus, you're rooting for the Punisher in a way I don't think people had been rooting for a gritty character like that for a long time. Dean Krantz says, I want the Punisher costume with the skull logo replaced with a kitty cat. Oh, about a Hello Kitty. Getting wasted by a bad ass with a kitty logo would be the ultimate humiliation. Kinda. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I would just want Tender Warrior to be good. So Tina did not like the Parasite. Ugh, well, I just didn't think it was all that. Lasher, what's up? I'm going to be real hit and miss for a while, but I'm glad that you're here. Okay. Got moved to third shift. That's rough. I'm complaining about the time change. You have a major time change. I greatly enjoy your show and friends like Tax. Well, I'm glad you're here. Make it if you can. Find a stealthy way to listen in or something. It's great. Hey, there's Paulie. I knew I saw him. Says they have been the Indian films have shown the positive effect of the intermission in the States. Yeah, always helpful, especially the longer ones. Plus, I mean, India's cinema is just so good most of the time now. The Brutalist is with an intermission and great movie. I keep hearing that. I want to say thank you to the amazing who gifted a Culture Casino membership. Thank you, Who. You are incredible. You are indeed. And no more Boy Scout, just Scout. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of with Superman, to be sure. Rogue Thinker says, I liked Iron Fist. The first season was good. The main actor needed to learn more martial arts, though. Yeah, I think that was some of it, too. I just felt like, no way. Paulie fell asleep during Mickey 17. No way. I have been hearing it's just terrible after the first act, dude. I was like, maybe I'll go see this. I was thinking, I got everything done, all my obligations. Donovan Bradford says, know your director's style and see, does this fit? If not, no amount of work or money will fix the issue. Your creator isn't right for the role. Yeah. Yeah. Marvel had a great run. That's kind of where I'm at too. It's like, hey, for a while you were really clicking on all cylinders, more so than any other franchise set ever. And then you politicized. Yes, then you politicized it up. I'm making up words again. It's still morbid time. King of the Monsters. It's morbid time. Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's see. You guys, some of these jokes I can't put on screen. It's the phobos. Jan says, pick a time. I don't care if the light is in the morning or the afternoon, and then stop messing with my clock. I agree with you. Just pick it. Let's just be done. This is the last change. No mas. No mas. Theliato's going to go see it. I want to watch what insane war machines Cameron's concocted. Go nuts on high definition screens. Yeah, oh no, for sure. I mean, I get the appeal for the Avatar films. I do. How many times he's gonna tell the same story 7 times? I don't know. We did land, we did water. Now we're gonna do fire. Thank you for the elemental lesson there, Cameron. Jeez. Anyway. RJ McReady says, or McCready, if we see more like Bernthal and less like Captain Marvel, there is a chance. But obviously, and sadly, one of them is their preferred idea. Yeah, well. And I don't know. The thing that's going to irritate me about Thunderbolts is Taskmaster, because they're still going to go on with their terrible, terrible idea. If they don't chickify Taskmaster, then it's still not going to help. There's just a bunch of people I don't care about in this. Not at all. Oh, and did you guys hear that story? You know the guy that was in Stranger Things and also plays like, whatever the communist version of Super Soldier is. I always forget the name of that character because it's not important. David Harbour, right? He and his ex-wife have been having a tussle. I was thinking about doing a video about it. I didn't know if you guys would be interested because some of it's funny as heck. And it makes for a funny thumbnail. That's for sure. That's for sure. Cynthia Kata says, it isn't merely getting fourth tier characters. If Marvel could write and make a great story, they could turn fourth tier into a hit, but they can't write or edit together a good film to save their lives. This is 100% true. 100% true. And let me say it this way. Iron Man was a first tier character. It's argued that Iron Man may not have been a second tier character, but he was a foundational character for the story they were going to tell. And to get to the Avengers, you had to have that kind of a centerpiece. Argue, if you will, that Tony wasn't the leader of the Avengers, but if you come to realize that he really was the center of it all, and the guy who made the ultimate sacrifice, more than once, by the way. You kind of couldn't have that story without Tony Stark. Had to have Tony. Fun facts about daylight savings time. Only 60 nations use it now. Over the past decade, 10 nations gave it up, including Russia, which has, I think, 8 time zones. Somebody fact check me on that. It's either 6 or 8 time zones in Russia. Crazy. We think we're big. They're big. They were even bigger before. Rogue Thinker is trying to suggest that if nobody changed their time, then that would work every time 60% of the time. True. I like the idea of Hello Kitty Punisher. Hello Punisher. I think that's a good idea. I don't know. I'm crazy though. I'm crazy. Crazy for feeling so lonely. 7 gifties so far. You guys are really helping out the channel. Iron Fist was a disaster. That guy was more miscast than Cynthia Erivo. Well, I just wasn't a fan of the show. I beyond the fact that he was not very good with martial arts or basically anything. I didn't feel it. The show just wasn't. I wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? Donovan says, one of the most common comments I've seen with Mickey 17 is that it's putting audiences to sleep. Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot, man. I mean, it put Paulie to sleep. Paulie likes movies. I know Paulie loves movies. Are you kidding me? He's like me. It's like I was one of those guys. I'd go to the theater if I had to, like 4 times in a weekend. Right. Or I'd just spend a whole entire day there. Like a Saturday, I'd watch like every movie that was there, you know, and now I don't even bother. There's just not much out there that's interesting. Oh, RFK Jr. has sent out a 25,000 buyout offer to about 80,000 employees as part of the Trump administration's effort to downsize the government. Ooh, neato. Tommy Zizi says, what happened at the White House? What did I miss? Oh, an armed assailant within a couple of blocks of the White House decided to seemingly from the outside and a layman paying attention, tried to do the self-deletion by cop thing and blocks away from the actual White House, which Trump wasn't even in because he's in Florida, threatened the president's life. And then shots were fired. The exchange left the perpetrator severely injured, hospitalized. I'm not sure whether or not that story's been updated. Perhaps they're not with us any longer. But that was in the early hours of Sunday morning. So, hey, there's Putin's cat. What's up, buddy? The weird with the time change. I think a lot of people are just going to be like, wait a minute, culture's on? Yeah, proper Taskmaster could have been good. I'm with you, Psychotic Mongoose. I think that's such a bummer. It's like, come on. NPC person, this is a great name, says the demoralization will continue even without Soros stealing your taxes. I don't know. As more exposure comes out about who's compromised and who has been on the take comes out, I think we're going to have an interesting few years, to say the least. Staccato DDS, the man himself with the updated avatar for 10 Culture Casino Cash, says, what's HBO thinking with Snape? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is why I kind of was bummed out I didn't see Valiant Renegade's invitation earlier in the day, because I would have gone on at the beginning of this show to talk about this. I don't know what they're thinking. I have a feeling David Zaslav is going to get so tired of all the negative stuff floating around about Warner Brothers that people are going to lose their gigs. Pam Abdi and oh gosh, I always forget his name. Michael DeLuca. There you go. They're on their last threads possibly at Warner Brothers for film projects. TV, I can't even begin to tell you who's going to be on the hook for that. The Warner Brothers thing. I think there's a lady that wrote those books that actually hand sketched what Snape looked like and everything else. And look, the minute you go back to this idea of these castings for immutables, you're just going to alienate more people than you engender yourself to. There will be no endearing thoughts about this series. It sounds like it's going to be worse than we even know, beyond Snape. I did appreciate the humor of Whitaker being cast as Mad Eye Moody. I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, in very poor taste, but pretty funny. So I used that one to reply with about the fact that I'm not watching it. Can't stick with the original material because of political motivation. David Zaslav knows better than that. Wow, what a bummer. It really does bug me. There was already a movie filmed with, the Society of Magical Black People. I went and saw it. It tanked. I was in the theater, 1, 2, 3, with 5 people. I was one of the 5. I was in the film with 4 people. I watched it, if memory serves. And I was sitting there, and I had my notebook. I'm furiously writing notes, and the 2 people who decided to sit for whatever reason, this is a massive theater, too big for a film like this. I had my notepad and everything else, and they were watching me scribble madly all the notes that I was making on that film. And at the end, they walked up to me and they were like, "Are you doing a film review?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." And one was a black lady and one was a white lady, and she was a red hair. I mean, like shocking red hair. And they were there to see it together because their husbands absolutely refused to go with them. And so we had a conversation, and I said I did not enjoy it. This was a terrible film. It was poor pacing. I mean, I went through everything that was a critic's view of the film. And then I visited upon the politics. I said, you may not appreciate what I have to say because, and then I just kind of broke it down and told them the truth about what it was that we were subjected to and why this is a stain on cinema. The problem is it seems like a daily stain on cinema at this point. So there's that. Hey, Michael's here. What's up, Michael? Michael Krinsky in the house. Iron Man in the movies is mostly a creation of RDJ. Yeah, there's a lot of his personality in there. To be fair, Robert Downey Jr. is kind of a cult of personality all his own, and taking his self-involved, narcissistic approach to everything that he did prior to getting help with his addictions is essentially what he used as the character base for Tony Stark, only made it more extreme. So, and I know that there's some possible elements of his dad in there as well, but yeah, I always thought that was kind of the direction for that. But it was a very different character. Yeah, and Iron Man was a top tier Marvel in the comics. He had multiple series. I don't know that I agree, but I understand. Over 100 issues and was one of the oldest Marvel heroes. He truly was. There's no doubt about it. I have, or had, I don't even know anymore, a multiple of the really old Iron Man comics. I also had the first appearance of Thor, which got ruined in a flood, which is why I always tell people uh, uh, bag and board your books and treat them with kid gloves. Man, what a loss. Carlos Alfredo Lopez. So no DST here. So watching now earlier than usual. Yeah, an hour earlier, probably. I need my beauty sleep. Yeah, I do. 60% of the time, it works every time. That's right. Twisted reality. U.S. Patent Office was founded in 1836. Okay. Really? Oh, wow. 1836, Lincoln gave his second inaugural address at the building. That's cool. You learn something every day. Thank you, Randall. Putin's cat says box office is meaningless, as I keep saying. Is it good or bad? Well, people were falling asleep in it. It falls off immediately after the first act. It's all over the place, according to many reviews. I didn't see it myself because the reviews have been so poor, and I'm tired of wasting my money. $10 or $12, for a matinee is still $10 or $12 that I could super chat to somebody, which I much would rather do. Me and my monkey. It's good to see you. Running with scissors. Wash up. And thanks again, Staccato DDS. Folks, hang around with us for Midnight's Edge in the Morning with Andre, Tom, Paul Chato, Cece, Scribe-Light, and other guests. That's right. Thank you, Jill. Jill is such a good wrench. We've got great wrenches here. We've got the best chat on YouTube. We've got the best chat on Rumble. We got Crazy White Boy on Rumble. Check it out. Crazy White Boy. Jeff's over there. Look at all these great people. Green Machine. Green Machine. We got Liberty Hall's Cat gifting a Culture Casino membership. Thank you, Liberty Hall's Cat. You are amazing. I just want you to know I appreciate you very much. And so did William. William, appreciated you too. Wait, what happened? Filed, filmed. What did I do? Did I say filed? I probably did. Oh, sorry about that. It's morning. I have to go to the eye doctor. I need to get my prescription updated. I gotta be able to see. Yeah, I don't think they're going to film this scene, Theliato. Having the the Potters hang Snape from a tree. I think that's going to be a bad visual. Dean's like, I'm entering my grumpy old man era. Nothing coming from mainstream Hollywood interests me. The best film this year would not even be mid in the 80s. I think you're right. Let's see. Trying to catch up with y'all. I'm still behind. What is happening right now? I really love the me here. I don't know what that means. We're talking about Robert Downey Jr. being a narcissist. And otherwise, I think we're just having a conversation. There's a lot of you, Putin Scott. Liberty Halls said, went to the eye doctor last week, scheduled for to get one of my cataracts removed on the 26th. The other on the 2nd. Yeah, you can't do them both at the same time. You won't be able to see. Yeah, that's one of the other factors that has me greatly concerned. Keep it real. When you can only see out of one eye and, you know, you have dimming vision and you're fighting it all. The black background, white letters. Yeah. All of my computers have to be set up pretty extremely, to be fair. Looks like we did not go live on X this morning for some reason, or it fell apart. See if we can get that back up and running. I wonder for how long that's been down. It's not connecting. Oh, well. All right. Well, sorry, X. I thought you were good to go. X is having outages. Thank you. Is this live? It's been a minute, my friend. Where you been? Deliato says, I assure you, investors, Snape being put in a tree by James Potter is integral to the plot. The director of that episode of Harry Potter season 6. Yeah, it'd be wild. Yeah, dark mode is your friend as you get older. Luke! How you doing, Luke? Good to see you. All right. Well, I'm out of things to cover unless you guys have something else. I need to actually get ready for Midnight's Edge in the morning and a few other things that need to be done before the show starts. We're going to have an extraordinarily fun, I'm going to say it again, fun Midnight's Edge in the morning, at least while I'm there. So you're going to want to be there. Is this live? Celebrates 14 months of membership. Thank you. Hello, my crusty hobo wizard friend. I have been dealing with health issues and haven't been feeling social of late. Well, I'm glad you're back, my friend. Things are looking up, but I may still make sparse appearances. Hello, Chad. Well, good. I just want you to be here, my friend. Your great support after 14 months, over a year. You're probably walking around the house now and just toddling about, hence the word toddler, starting to speak. Anyway, I appreciate being here. Donovan says, other than I think you and Tom are crazy about Iron Man not being a draw. I did not say it was a draw. I said they took a character who wasn't in the top tier and turned him into one. I may not have said that verbatim, but it just did now. All right. Anyway, we are going to roll out. I just want to say thank you. I'm going to check why my Slack is going off like crazy and what is going on. On that note, as always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya for real.